Hi and welcome back to my channel. So I know my hair looks a little bit crazy right now. I'm just in the middle of filming a hair tutorial. So I'm going to do a little makeup tutorial. I'm not quite sure on the look I'm going for. I've just got kind of an idea. So I'm going to be using this palette, the Bold as Nature palette from the Body Shop. And a lot of the colours really resonate with me. I love that kind of colour and that kind of theme. So I'm going to let it inspire me and see what we're feeling. But I'm just going to prime with the Vitamin C Skin Reviver to give me a nice glow. I'm thinking we'll do a bolder look today. So I've done a lot of natural looks. Obviously we're in lockdown, so nobody's going out, but sometimes we like to do a little bit of makeup to cheer ourselves up. I'm using the Insta primer just to fill in the pores a little bit and help cover them spots. So what I'm going to be doing with my eyebrows first is I'm going to use the $1 Million Brow Potions. So it's some brow soap. It does come with a little spoolie. So you want to just wet your brush a little bit before. And then just a little bit in the soap. You can use regular soap, but this one is really, really good. And then because I'm wanting fluffy brows, you just brush them up. And then I just flatten any hairs with my finger. If you don't want them fully stuck up, you just brush them like accordingly. So I'm gonna have mine like that. Nice and fluffy. Then I'm going to go in with the brow pencil and just fill in the front a little bit there. Because I'm doing a bolder eye, I want to keep the eyebrows a bit more natural, so I'm only really filling in a little bit there and then a little bit on the end. I'm just doing pencil strokes instead of the line that I usually do under the brow, if you've watched any of my other tutorials. Then we're going to go in with some concealer to start a nice base off. So I'm going to use some foundation. This is the MAC Clay foundation in Riley Beach. This is a full coverage foundation. It's quite thick, but it doesn't feel thick on your skin. And I'm just going to carve out the eyebrows so I know exactly where to stop and get the base ready. Mr. Chow decided he wants to be in the video. Come here then. Hello. A bit camera shy now. And then he's having a little sit with me here. I think he wants his makeup doing. I think his issue is he wants to get under the cover, but I'm sat on it. Hey, if your dogs do that, they like to get all comfy under the cover. I've just done the same with the other eye. Don't worry about them creases, I'm going to blend them out. Let's make sure I've got the right base applied first. So all my veins on my eyelids are covered up. Then I'm going to get a fluffy brush that I use for concealer and just dab that in. I'm going to dab a little bit over that spot as well. You want to just blend out any of the concealer around your eye, because when you apply powder to that, it'll set it in whatever position you have left it in. So if you've left a big crease here, then the eyeshadow will stay in that big crease. And now I'm going to get a fluffy brush. Like this, to use in the crease. I think I'm going to go in with this colour here next to the black. Tap off the excess and I'm just going to put that in the crease. I think I'm going to keep it fairly circular, this look. But I always say that and then change my mind. I like to do both eyes at the same time as well, because if I do change a colour, I can do it on the other eye at the same time, or if I want to use the same brush for two different colours. And you want to pack that colour on in whatever shape you want to do it. So if you want it to be a more rounder look, then you have to pack it on in an oval. If you're wanting it to sweep out, then you're gonna want to start blending that out. But I'm just gonna rub the excess off on my hand and then blend that out slightly. If you look up like this, you can see if they're even as well. That's the best way to see if they're even. And now I'm going to get a smaller crease brush and go in with this colour. Just to deepen that up a little bit, focusing on the outer edge. I'm going actually with that colour and then a mix of this one as well, so I'm just going to use a bit of both. I think I'm going to go for a bit of a halo look, so you'll have colour roll on the outside and then a shimmer on the inside. So as you're deepening the crease up, you want to packing it on them outer edges of that little light space you've created there. And then I'm going to get a nice clean fluffy brush and just blend out them edges ever so slightly. And then you can see early on if you need to change anything, or if you need to fix anything. Make sure you've got the edges blended. I'm just going in with that original shade again, just to deepen up this one because it's not as pigmented as the other side. And then I can blend that out to make them more even. And then we're going to go in with an even smaller brush, and that really dark brown there, just use a tiny bit, dab it off. Dab onto those outer corners. And then with the excess that's on the brush, you can just bring that together. And once you've done that, you can get the brush size up that you used before. Just buff that out. I prefer to do circular motions and then windshield wiper motions, depending on which bit that I am on. Try to always keep that middle bit really light. And then you can go in with your big blending brush that you had before and just buff it out, anything that you've not buffed. And then I like to get an even bigger brush and just make sure it's blended nicely into the concealers at the top. So now we're going to go back in with our foundation and a concealer brush, I'm just going to dab that and I'm going to look up, and then it'll go to wherever my eye is, my eyelid is. And I'm just going to dab that with my finger. And kind of stamp out where I want that to be. So when I open my eye, you can still see the shimmer. You want to do the same again on the other eye. You want that line at the top to be as crisp as you can get it at the minute. And we use the tiny brush and just blend inwards. You want it to kind of go from small to larger. So like a little tornado. So a narrow bottom but a wider top. I really hope that makes sense. Like that, just a little bit of the shape of a tornado. Just going to reinforce that cut. And I've just made it a little bit wider as well, just to give the illusion of bigger eyes. Still, tornado shape. You want to blend inwards so you're not bringing the light coloured concealer anywhere near the deep corners you've spent ages making. To the like little tornadoes, it doesn't matter if they're not perfect, that's completely fine. Then I'm going to use the bright white icy shimmer that we've got going on in here. With a flat brush, and the best way to do that is to give it a little spritz with your face mist or your setting spray. Take that on your brush and then dab that bit, and then I turn my brush sideways and kind of, so I can keep the narrowness still there. And then I'm just going to blend that dark brown next to the white shimmer. Just to blend that in a little bit more. And if you're not happy with the shape, you can edit it, which I'm not. It's bugging me a little bit. I think it's because I'm a perfectionist. And it will look weird until you're completely finished. It will. If you've watched any YouTube videos before, you will know this. I'm going in with the really tiny brush and the really dark brown there. And just dabbing that on. But you can keep playing around, keep messing about until you have done what works for you. But I'm just going to leave it like that. Now we're going to go in with foundation. I'm going to use the Matte Clay Violet Beach, and I'm going to mix it with my 012 Bora Bora Fresh Nude Foundation. I'm going to put a little bit of the honey bronze drops in just to add some slight colour. A little bit of a golden bronze, because I'm definitely not golden or bronze at this moment. Because I'm going to be doing lipstick this time, I am going to leave the foundation on my lips so that it helps it stick more. I know it's going to look all weird and crazy until I'm done, but trust the process. I know this looks crazy, and now I'm doing my neck now. And if you've seen my other makeup videos, you know I don't usually wear this much makeup. But it will come together. It will. I am naturally very pale, so when I put foundation on I do look paler anyway, if that's even possible. So we're going to go in with some fresh nude concealer. And as it's quite heavy, I'm only using a tiny bit. Just get that fluffy concealer brush, just dab on. Then we make sure it's all blended with the foundation brush that I used before. Blend it around the eyebrows. I'm going to use this other brow gel as well, just to make sure I've got all the foundation out of them. Just make sure that concealer's all blended. Now we're going to go in with the translucent powder. And then I'm going to use the excess that I've got in the pot just over my forehead. Now let's do some bronzing. I'm sure this is terrifying enough. I'm going to be using the medium one and an angled fluffy brush. I feel like this gives a really nice structure to your cheekbones. And it just warms up the face really nicely. Now I'm going to dust off the excess powder. And then just get a little brush just to blend that in near the mouth area. And I'm just going to deepen it up a little bit with the same colour, just a darker brush, a denser brush. I don't look this pale in person. Now we're going to do the under eye. So I'm just going to go in with this exact same colours. So we're going to go in with this one and then that one. starting with the lightest orangey one first. You want that as close to the lash line as you can get. And so just follow on with the other colours. Don't be scared, we're going to fix that. So make sure your little fluffy brush is nice and clean. And then you can just now I've got my lip pencil in a darkish shade. Just going to line the top and then the bottom. And you just fill that in. You can overline if you want, you don't have to, but that's that. And then I've got the Windsor Rose lip liquid. It's in a nude colour. You just go over your lip line and it does change the colour. It's lovely. And that is the lipstick. I do love the colour, I think it is very, very nice. So now I'm just going to do a little bit of highlighting. And you want to do the same as you did with your shimmery eyeshadow. You just want to spritz your brush. And then I'm only doing a very, very little bit. And that is the nearly finished makeup look. Just got to add a little bit of mascara, and you know it's the Happy Go Lash. You could curl your eyelashes as well. I'm not sure where mine are, so I won't be today. If I was going out, I would put big lashes on, but I'm not. That is a finished makeup look. If I was going out again, I would put lashes on, but I'm not, which is very, very sad. Can't wait till Boring Flats is all out again. If you want to see how these turn out, please go and check out my other video, and I will see you all later. If you want any product information, please let me know. And yeah, that's it. So bye.